Hey everyone, my name's Tenebris, and today I'd like to tell you why Road to Vostok is a game you need to pay attention to. Trailblazing, full of potential, from challenge to immersion, Road to Vostok is aiming to tick so many boxes of what will make an incredibly well-rounded video game. Made by a solo Finnish developer, this game started out as an idea born from the games that he played and the experience he had in Unity. Starting out developing video games 10 years back, he's been through multiple jobs in the video game industry, from freelancing to smaller projects, and even teaching visual game design for 4 years before jumping into working on Road to Vostok. And just recently this year leaving the teaching business to pursue Road to Vostok full-time.
This crazy daytime teacher, nighttime developer roller coaster for me ends now. Last time I resigned myself from the military, and this time I decided to resign myself from this teacher job. Starting from June 1st, 2022, I will work as a full-time developer for Road to Vostok.
Road to Vostok is a hardcore first-person shooter set in a post-apocalyptic border zone between Finland and Russia. Your goal is to journey through the border zone and head into the titular Vostok, facing life and death to uncover the apocalypse and what's gone on truly here in Road to Vostok. As a survival game, you need to manage all the typical survival stuff, from your food and hydration to your sleep, and when it comes to combat, blood loss, and general health, as well as your mentality that has yet to be discussed, but is something I'm very excited to learn about as we go along with development. All of this is multiplied as you enter the Vostok side of the game. On Russia's side of the border, you face permadeath and even more difficult enemies, juxtaposing the intro of the game where you will journey across Area 5, the Finnish side of the border, without permadeath, so you could get used to things before diving into Vostok's much more hardcore nature. The game is made up by multiple maps we'll journey through, so it's not open world, but instead we'll have a large variety of maps, and the scale of the maps has increased along the way too, so they'll likely wind up being some pretty big areas for us to explore in the end. And seeing how the devs spent the last 4 years teaching visual game design, I feel it's safe to say we'll have some great areas to explore coming the game's next beta in 2023. One of the inspirations for Road to Vostok is the Stalker franchise, and more specifically Stalker Anomaly. Road to Vostok, just like Stalker, is going to be balancing equal parts of this hardcore shooter alongside immersive sim elements, but going a step beyond with interesting factors of artificial life and side activities like fishing. There will be events in the form of having engagements in certain maps that will then play out in separate maps. Like, say, a cargo truck that travels to the trading area that you could either rob or let go on about its business. Or a jet that you could shoot down and then loot in a separate map. These cross-map interactions will make the world feel connected and alive in a huge way. And there will be factions to engage with too. From bandits to border guards, traders, and the Russians, there will be a lot to uncover with these varying groups, and there are certainly more to come along the way. With these varying groups having their own ways of engaging with the game world, it'll bring that feeling of A-life in combination with the map events, giving a ton to do while you cross the border zone. The developer is also taking an early focus on expanding the weapon selection and items that we'll be using across our travels, showing off a new gun and item in pretty much every devlog, so there won't be any feeling of a shallow loot pool as we go across the maps. The focus on everything being procedural from the difficulty to the loot we gather means that getting to Vostok is going to be essential to getting certain items or weapons in the game. With the top gear gated behind the bar of difficulty, I think the progression of loot alone will be a huge driving factor in getting into Vostok and out, alive and with all of your gear intact. And again, this is all done as a solo dev at this point, which is mental. Not only planning this all up and putting in the years to make it happen, but also then pulling it off so far is a crazy effort overall. But in 2023, the developer plans on expanding to a small team to bring everything together. So this game won't be completely solo developed, but the fact that the entire startup is done by one guy here is commendable. From progressive challenges to immersive elements, groups to learn about and a world to uncover, all while fighting for your life as you cross the border. Road to Vostok is a game with so much potential, you owe it to yourself to at least add to your list of games to pay attention to. And honestly, this game is a project that rightfully earns that kind of attention. We get enough Call of Duty or Battle Royale spin-off games out there, but this is something truly unique, and I think that's something to promote and encourage here in the world of video games. So, cheers folks, thank you for watching, subscribe to stick around for more Road to Vostok coverage, but I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.